Hello, you guys. I am so excited. Let me give Edward a shake here. Come on, Edward, what's going on? Now, what we're going to be doing for all of you guys is your viewer's choice over on IG. I have people that are sending in whatever they want for topics, and I'm going methodically through the entire list. And what I'm going to do too with each thing is show some spring pieces that I made that I'm really excited about. I've really been immersed in my jewelry and just trying to really supercharge it for good energy. And one of my favorite things is my rune and blue moonstone and Lumerian crystal piece. I love this so much. This stone is like, oh, it's everything. I love that. So I'll have some in each of the videos, and then I did some gold wire wrapping over here. And I like to add just a little gold or silver charm depending the color that I wrap it in. And one of the people asked, hey Mel, can you do a like jewelry making tutorial while you're talking about tarot, whatever. So I'm going to be doing that shortly as well, so I'm excited. So here's our setup, you guys. I'm going to have different setups for each one. I'm going to be using my beautiful fairy cards, which I haven't used in a while. I feel very fairy springtime, and that's what we're going to do and be using. So let's get started. Okay, you guys, so we're going to start with group one in our past lives and what we have experienced. I'm really excited. So just run my hand over this, get nice and grounded. I have some beautiful decks. So right away, we have divine connection. And these are going to be karmic lessons as well, 7 of summer. So let's talk about divine connection with your past life as well. This definitely speaks to me as you being a beautiful healer within. And it's funny, when I do a lot of private reads, I find that a lot of people are medicine women, medicine men. They're shamanic healers. They are herbalists and people that understand the acts of healing. And I definitely feel that you are divinely connected. For some of you, I'm getting two things very clearly. I feel like this is in a Roman temple. Some of you guys just honored the gods and goddesses in your temples. You received all the blessings, the flowers, the oils, wine. I see you collecting all of this and bringing it into the temple, this sacred space, and working with all of these things to kind of supercharge it with prayer and other people around you. Again, a beautiful Roman temple. I feel like it might be to like, it feels very like, I know what it is. Okay. A lot of people in the day, they were really praying and they needed a goddess of fertility. They really wanted to start families. So there were all these beautiful rituals, and sometimes they involve some very unique things, because I'm actually seeing animal blood, but a lot of it had to do with wine and food, almost like, you know, Gaian energy, earth energy. So I see you working in temples, but there's another thing, and this is neat. This is pretty interesting that this came up. The illusion of being trapped, placing too much importance on material items, getting caught up in fear and worry. Because some of you guys in your past lives, you were in a beautiful court, a very elaborate court. Some of this I see, it's actually Russian. It's probably Empress Catherine's palace, because I see a lot of intrigue. And in that era, you know, there was a lot of strife. There was constant war with Sweden and other Nordic tribes. And what was happening was there was an unsteady kind of government. But this is you within that. You are just a noble, you know, a nobleman, and you got to experience all the lavishness of court. But there were certain dangers and intrigues, and I feel like that is part and parcel where you have a really deep, rich connection to certain things. It might be Fabergé eggs, it might be certain artifacts, it might just be snow and winter and sleds and things that are very Nordic and or Russian, as well as wintry and cold, because I definitely feel this. But every once in a while, I feel like you might be attached to very lavish items, maybe really amazing jewelry, intricate gold work, things of that nature. That's part of it. That was part of your journey that you got to spend through the Russian court for some of you guys. Now, I love this 7 of summer. No more procrastinating. Your power comes from making a decision. Confusion that arises from overanalyzing the options. Now, this is very unique, because I see ancient courthouses. It's sort of like, and this, oh, I see what this is. This is like one of the overlords that used to have, and I feel, again, I feel this is very Nordic. You might have been I'm seeing more like a Norwegian earl, where people came to you with their problems and complaints and things about crops or thefts or having to outcast people. And you know, the Nordic traditions can be very harsh. If you are banished, you basically are not allowed to be fed, housed, or cared for by anybody or anybody in your tribe or family anywhere. You're simply outcast. But you also can't leave the country. There were all these very special rules to this, and I feel like you were the navigator of some of these laws, but you held a lot of power. And as an earl, you could also send out a lot of vessels that would go in search of treasure. And this was definitely in the time where everybody was going on these raids to England and raiding all the churches. It was easy silver. So you were formulating all these raids and plans. It was really neat. So I feel like you have a lot of warrior. You probably have some kind of pull to Vikings and Nordic folklore and the stories and the fjords and all of that, because I do see in this a lot of wintry, strong energy, but a lot of lavish Russian energy, as well as, you know, very high-born, powerful earldoms where, you know, you had thousands of people at your beck and call to go do raids and do other things. Really fantastic stuff. But also I feel like through all these lives, you had a divine connection, but throughout it, it was a different kind of, I'm going to pull some energy cards. Yeah, see, Princess of Winter, you definitely were in all these lives. Inquisitive, truthful, realistic, undiplomatic. So information that can help you, but which may be also difficult to hear. Speaking the truth with kindness. An indigo child or adult. Absolutely. You have a lot of indigo energy where you probably feel things very deeply, like an empath. You definitely feel the aura, vibration, and energy of rooms and the energy of things. But again, you are very realistic. So if somebody is being like top-notchery, debauchery, or an utter fool, you're like, listen, let me lay some fundamentals down. But now you are really running into your true, authentic magic. You know, a lot of revolutionary things are happening for you, and you are going to be able to live lavishly if you want. You're going to have this abundance. This is kind of like unparalleled alignment of true self, understanding who you are, the potential for all of this, because when you tap into these past lives, you realize the majesty that you lived and that you were able to do. And in those days, it was basically about integrity and your standing and how you comported yourself, how brave you were. A lot of, you know, it was like you were walking the walk. You couldn't just talk the talk, especially doing what you did in these lives. Very amazing. And you had a tremendous sway in all that you did with all this medicine, with all this high-born, noble energy, priestess. You were very revered and respected. So I feel that that's important to you. People respecting your boundaries, who you are, what you say. That's a big part of your existence. So I love that energy for you. Yeah, and I mean, you might be attracted to certain things even though you love animals, like fur and brocades and beautiful fabrics and velvets, because in your past life you lived extraordinarily lavishly, you know, and you kind of had an unlimited budget, and definitely 2 of these lifetimes, and people just delivered things to you on a silver platter. But you were very, you know, reasonable and fair, and I feel like you conducted yourself with the wisdoms that of ancient kind of like Celts, like we protect the earth and we protect our tribe. Really beautiful energy. So I'm loving that for you, group 1. Feel free to watch the other ones as well, and thank you, Cherry, for these beautiful suggestions. They are really powerhouse. I was like, I just feel like I got my mojo back for new ideas and spreads and everything. And it was like, I felt like, you know, I was on the threshold of change, and I really wanted to incorporate everybody in their ideas. So fantastic. And again, you guys, I forgot to mention on the other thing, any of the jewelry you see, if you just come on IG and go, oh, Melanie, I saw this Lumerian crystal with, you know, the blue stones. Is that available if they're not already in my store? Because I give a big discount over on IG, and then it's direct sales. It's very fast. So you can always just message me over there, anything that you see in these. And you guys, all my links are down below for private reads, for everything. Everything is there. And thank you guys for all your beautiful feedbacks and your comments I've been reading over the last couple of days, and finally getting some time to respond. It's like I just had to reconfigure my schedule to really arrive at the conclusion that I want to put some beautiful gusto into your reads and get back to the glitter and a little bit of the pizzazz and a little bit of the Edward and the magic, because I love it. I love a little pomp and circumstances and brightness and shimmer to, you know, have it be like a little gorgeous theatrical piece as well, because I love things that are beautiful for the eye. Like, look at how that catches the light. So amazing. I even did my nails for y'all. Y'all are in for all the surprises. All right, love and light group you guys. Now we're going to go on to group 2 and see what past life loves and soulmate journeying was happening together. So let's see. We have inspiration, the wheel, the delays are over, sudden and unexpected good luck. So I feel too, when this is involved and we're talking about past lives, that this soulmate journey is ever evolving and continuing new perspectives, and they will show up in this lifetime as well. And I definitely got a feeling, look at this four of some, but this is fours. Fours is your lucky number. So this, none of this has to do with what's going on. But in this particular life, the only reason you had some discontentment that I feel, something happened within. Yeah, there were restrictions that were happening. One of you, honest to goodness, this is crazy. One of you was like a monastic scholar over on the English coast. And this was your family visiting on a pilgrimage, and you fell in love. It was almost like, what was that? He was actually a teacher and she was a student. Abelard and Eloise, but that kind of thing where it was verboten, because again, they stay in the monastery, they read and write, and on this pilgrimage you actually met and fell in love. You were a female, they were a male. It was just one of those things where your family was highborn, but it was like your servants were bringing you all, and you like all meals, and you get to eat together at this big table and discuss some of the cool, like new Christian laws that were going to be passed. And at this time too, there were dangerous raidings on the coast, and there was this discussion, because I feel like your father was very highborn. He might have been a very highly placed nobleman, maybe even a prince, because this is very high and courtly, and your father had a lot of sway, and you fell in love. But of course it was unrequited love, but you were able to have a lot of pilgrimages there and spend time together. So it was one of those just pure innocent love where you got to spend time together, but you know, of course you couldn't consummate anything or marry due to, you know, your highborn state and the fact that they were a priest as well. Really amazing. Wow. Let's see another one that's going on. So with this, yeah, and oftentimes this is really neat. All right, let me just, I want to pull another card on this too, right off the top of that. Okay, I love this because this happens so often. This is very unique because I feel like you were a lady in waiting to a very strong queen. This may have even been in an Elizabethan court. You may have been for like a lady in waiting for her. Very powerful. I see all this power, all this sway. And again, one of your lovers and one of your soul connections was a highborn soldier, but it, again, one of those things, the queen had to choose who married who, and you were much more elevated in state than them, but you did have your moments, and the queen had sympathy for your situation and did let you take each other as lovers, and actually provided a special room in the castle because she knew what this was like to not to be able to just go out and do and consummate love. And you know what those bonds are like when you really love somebody. Of course, you know her situation with Dudley and all of that. So it was really lovely. And of course you had to marry, I feel like you married a slightly older man, but he was very kind. But again, you got to spend many years with your soulmate in this castle because they all traveled together. They went to all the winter summer palaces all over. So you got to traverse some of this. So you may have a very deep and abiding affection for things luxurious. Again, you know, really well appointed rooms, a beautiful aesthetic, gorgeous jewels, stones, crystals may very much attract you. But again, I feel like you have this beautiful karma that has carried you through and really reconnects you with these loves because you guys help and guide each other. You are meant to come together and travel, you know, all of these decades so you can help and feel this sanctity and warmth and beauty of them. Now, it's funny because I feel like they have a funny competitive spirit too. Like I felt like in court that they loved everything, archery and all of this, but outstanding bonds, wonderful, fresh, unique, gorgeous, integrated energy with you. And I feel like they have just these simply lovely values, you know, to love and care, all of that, a lot of consideration, big confidence, you know, yet balanced, but a super kind of brave demeanor about them. Grace, gratitude, humility, all those knightly kind of attributes that are so beautiful. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love that so much. Really gorgeous messages. So that's you, group 2. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe. And all my links are down below. If you need anything, you can IG me about any jewelry, anything, to just DM me and I get back to you right away. I'm so excited. I mean, that's things like that really connect with me. If I'm reading a history book or reading something and something really permeates my soul, like forests do this, the ancient old forests do this. Oh my gosh, when I was at Stonehenge, I almost had a nervous breakdown. Certain things just resonate right deeply in my bones. And I know I've had a Celtic background for sure, because like I have weird gifts too that it was like I wasn't even practicing. The moment I started, I just like excelled at them. Horseback riding, archery, things like that. And as soon as I saw anything Arthurian, it was like boom. And I had all these pictures and imaginations and druidic like connections. It was really wild. So comment down below if you, whatever resonates or what kind of connection you have with the past, that when you see it or read it, you're like, I know this place, person, thing, experience. And let me know, because I love that. I love when it just goes like right into your bones and you're like, yes, this, I was there and I feel this. So love and light, you guys. We're going to go on to number 8, my gorgeous ones. And now we're going to move on to number 3, which is soul contracts. Now you have extraordinary good karma, and what's happening is you are always a giver, a lover. You kind of have this purified air and you need a little rest, and your karma and soul contract in this life is you are going to be able to rest. The latter decades of your life, I feel like once you kind of hit 50 on, you're going to be able to slow your roll and just have such an enhanced life and have calm, and you don't have to worry about anything, money, love, it's all going to come to you, because one of your soul contracts right here was to use your practical intuition to help other people heal and grow. And you're fulfilling that. You're probably a light worker. You could be a tarot reader. You could be in Reiki. You could be just an author, somebody who lifts the vibration. And that's part of your soul contract. You're an innate healer. A lot of you guys are indigo children. You are just these wonderful luminaries. You understand what it is to spread a message of love, caring, concern, the collective. And it just like exudes out of your pores in a very unique way. And you're very healing. You know, you're that, it's here, let's do this. And you have a mammoth capacity to just push through any kind of block in your life. You're like, yeah, I may have undergone, some of you guys have undergone horrible childhoods, family addictions, illnesses, things that seem insurmountable to other people. But being this beautiful light being, you hurdle that because you have so many loving, protective guides that are not going to let you dim your light and fall into the ethers. You know, I'm pretty excited that that just channeled, because I love that. No more tug of war with ghosts. It's like you are special, tested, improved, very, very powerful person. And you're going to be moving into this unparalleled energy where you can't even believe that you can just like, no mediocre stuff is going to suffice for you. You are going to get these messages out there and they're going to profoundly influence. And guess what, you guys? It's the little touches. That's the thing. Caring and saying to somebody, you know what? I'll listen to your problem. And if I can help you in any way, I will. But if you just want to express, I'll listen to this. Showing love, compassion, care, and concern is definitely your soul contract. And guess what? You have excellent karma. You are fulfilling this to the max. And again, it's reminding you, rest. You're doing enough. You're doing more than enough. So take it easy. Please take time to yourself and nourish yourself and treat yourself and embody this beautiful. I'm hearing like treat yourself. Yes. Like an emperor. Lavish yourself with things. Get beautiful lotions, potions, all your tools, beautiful resources. Work with real silver and gold and crystals and things you deserve, because you're epic. You really, really are. I feel like I'm going to cry because some of you guys have healed people that you have no idea you healed just through the voice and messages that you have are showing genuine concern and care for humanity. And it is healing on such an epic level. Like, I feel like I'm going to cry. You honestly are putting a big lather of love and care into your work, and people feel this. I love this. So I'm hearing rest and treat yourself. You're doing enough. You're doing more than enough, and you're so deserving. You know, I love this. Be grateful. You have so much to celebrate. Deep feelings of peace and happiness, a contented personal life. Also in your contract, you not only have a soulmate, but you have a soulmate twin flame, which means they have done the work. They are coming to you. There is no more chase. There is no more problematic behaviors. There's no more shadow work. They have done it and they're arriving. You deserve this, like more than anyone. I'm so excited for you. There you go. This is you. This is like your nightly comportment. You come from authentic, integrity-driven love. It's your willpower is so attractive. Your imagination is your greatest skill. You imagine what you can do and you do that. Your soul contract is also very magician-like. Like you are a magical manifester because you have the sheer willpower with all your guides, angels, to formulate this alchemy that makes things come about. So by doing your good works and using your intuition and all your gifts, your soul contracts are continually being fulfilled. You have done this decade after decade through hardship, strife, war, raids, everything. You just continue to help and heal. And that's amazing, you guys. That is just really profound. So that's it. I just hear like, that's it. You're knocking it out of the park. But remember to rest and cherish and lavish yourself with gifts too, because you deserve them. You know, it really is. You're a divine emergence from this gorgeous soul light, and you are so helpful. So thank you for all you guys that are out there doing this. And Cherry, you're actually one of them. You know, this lovely suggestion came from Cherry, and I would love for you guys to go see her too. And her channel is awesome, and she's over on IG too. Absolutely stellar, wonderful, fairy-hearted, beautiful individual and a total luminary. And go check her out. And thank you for those beautiful topics. They're absolutely amazing. You guys are the best. I'm going to go upload.